I believe that I have identified the 25 stocks that are going to lead us through and give me the best returns on both the hardware element of updating the internet to accommodate artificial intelligence, as well as the software element of it, which is going to be those companies that are going to deliver artificial intelligence and eventually machine learning to us. What I then want to do is say, okay, I've got 25 stocks. I think they're the leaders. How should I allocate my portfolio? Well, I believe the best way to allocate my portfolio would be to put more in those stocks that are going to get a higher rate of return than in those stocks who are going to get a lower rate of return, although they are going to give me a positive return. Let me give you an example. I believe Nvidia over the next 3 years will outperform Apple. And I believe that because the indications are such as we move forward that Nvidia has the chip that everybody wants today to make their equipment and their software workable with artificial intelligence. Okay, so I know that. Okay, but how would I go about finding out how much will Nvidia outperform Apple? Well, I got to thinking about it, and I thought, well, what I need to do is sit down with the CEO and the CFO of each of the 25 companies that I have and ask them, what does the outlook look for? What would you guess that your increase in earnings and increase in revenue would be over the next 3 years, year by year? Do I think I can get those appointments? No, I don't. But I do know that they do share this information on their quarterly earnings call. So all I have to do is listen to each one of their calls, and then I will go to Seeking Alpha, and where they gather that data, not only what the CEO and the CFO say, but what their analysts believe the growth rate on their earnings per share will be each, and then create a comparison so that I know how much to allocate to each of my 25 stocks to maximize my return over the next 3 years. That's what I did. Okay? Now what I want to do is show you how I did it and then the information that I gathered. And then from there, what I will determine is how much of the Apple do I want to sell and how much more Nvidia do I want to buy. And I want to do that for all 25 stocks that I have in my BUS 12 and BUS 13 portfolios. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense? Does that sound like a good way to not only allocate your funds, but also plug in some risk management into it so that you're spread to put the odds in your favor? Okay, that's what I've done. I want to take you to my spreadsheet and share with you, stock by stock, what I found out, and then we'll talk a little bit more about how we might proceed to do this and share this and update it. Because that's the other thing. If you watched or you listened to Nvidia's call last night, you know the projection for next year changed. It changed dramatically. And then for the two following years. So this is data that has to be updated on a regular basis every time there's a call or some information released. I'll show you how I'm going to do that.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
This is an Excel spreadsheet that I created on each of the stocks that I currently hold in my portfolio, my BUS 12, my BUS 13, and the current or future 108 portfolio. And what I've done is I've listed them by ticker symbol, and then I've shown how much I have in each of these stocks at this current time for $677,000. So then what I said was, what if I could get some reliable information as to what these stocks are going to increase in price each year? Well, where could I get that? Well, I think the person who would give me the best information would be the CFO of the company. So what I did was I went to Seeking Alpha and I went through their recordings of what the CEOs and the analysts were projecting the growth of each of these stocks would be in the following 3 years. So as an example, CYM says that their stock will grow by, their earnings per share will grow by 53% between 23 and 24, 400% between 24 24 and 25, and 160% between 25 and 26. That gives them an average rate of return over that period of time, or growth of 1,895%. I did that for each of the stocks that I hold in the portfolio, and then I sorted it from highest rate of return to lowest rate of return. And as you can see, the lowest rate of return in my portfolio is projected based on the projections of the CFO of Apple. The lowest return is Apple, followed by PLAD. This is Broadcom. And you can go through. Here's an Nvidia. It's going to give me a 380% return based on the information that is shared by the CFOs and interpreted by the analysts. So the top four stocks, CYM, Nvidia, this is Intel, and AEHR will give me a cumulative return of 838%, or an 8x in 3 years. So that's how I did this. I'm going to put this on our website as part of Carrie's portfolio. And what I will do is every time they have an earnings call, I'll update these numbers. Now, the other thing I will do is I will manage it in such a way that what if I took $5,000 out of Apple and put it into SYM? What if I took $5,000 out of PLAB and I put it into Nvidia? You get my drift? If I can manage it this way, and if this becomes a tool that I can manage year by year, quarter by quarter, I can predict what my portfolio is going to be worth. At this point, it's going to go from $677,000 to $2 million. That's if the CFOs and the analysts give me good information, and I access that information through Seeking Alpha. And as I say, I will share it with you over on my website, Best of Us Investors. Fair enough? All right, see you there. Okay, I'm going to plug this into a Google Sheets, and I'm going to put it on our website so that those of you who belong to our Premium and Premium Plus and our Platinum can come in and see as how I'm moving the money that I have to invest in the Bus 12 and the Best 13 amongst the holdings that I have, and then how I update it with each earnings call. I did this 2 days ago, but I've already updated in Nvidia's input as a result of their earnings call. So you understand what I'm doing and what I'll do. And I invite you to do this on your own. This is just good portfolio management. If you have the question, okay, I've got $100,000 to invest, and Carrie, I see the stocks that you're owning. How much should I put in each one? Well, you could go to my portfolio and say, well, I'll allocate the same way Carrie did, but Carrie's going to change it. He's going to change it as the world changes around him. If Nvidia has a drop off, then I want to sell some of my Nvidia at a profit and maybe buy some more Apple or Symbotic. Symbotic's got a tremendous future in front of it, as you saw. So that's what I'm doing. What I want to do is invite you to become a part of this, and you do that by going to Best of Us Investors, and you go to the part of the page down. Let me show you. Okay, this is the Best of Us Investors webpage. As I said, we just brought this online at the 1st of July. If you page down, you're going to see how to become a member. And if you want to get access to the information on the Bus 12, the Bus 13, and the allocations that I just shared with you, you need to enter the Premium Plus, which costs $20 a month. You'll click here and go to subscribe. Once you get subscribed, then you'll come into the portfolio and you'll click on services, and you'll go to Carrie's portfolio. And here you will see a breakdown of everything that I have in the portfolio, and it actually puts it into a pie chart as well, so that you can see what percentages of the overall portfolio are in each of the stocks. Now, what I'm going to do is put that Excel spreadsheet, or it will actually be a Google Sheet spreadsheet down here that is going to be that it will show the allocation based on the information that I'm able to acquire on what are the outlooks of the CFOs and the CEOs of the stocks that I hold. As I make new allocations, it will be reflected also in this up here. So The other thing that I want to share with you is I'm going to be adding money to this. I believe the investment opportunity is so tremendous right now. I'm going to be raising money to go into Carrie's portfolio and into the allocation element that I'm adding to the website. So that's how that's going to work, and that's a look at the website, and I hope you find it appealing. What I'm trying to do is give you the benefit of a hedge fund. That is to say, to have fundamental analysis. I'm going to then plug in, and you get that, some of that from the platinum level technical analysis. And because I also recognize that I've been in these stocks. I've got some good gains in them. You're coming in possibly and you're saying, yeah, but where do I buy in? That's not fundamental analysis. That's technical analysis. So that will be the next element that we will introduce to this program so that you can come in and say, I've got 100,000 or I've got 10,000. Where do I put it? And when do I buy in? Do I buy Nvidia today when it's up substantially, 100% over the last year? Do I buy SYM today? Well, probably not. But if we can put that technical analysis to tell you where's the support levels, where's the gaps, where's the opportunities to buy in, then we become something of real value. That's what I want to do for you. That's where we're headed. Stick with us. Come join the team, become a member of the tribe, and give us your input. What is it you need to make yourself a better investor? Carrie Grinkmeyer, retired CFP, CHFC, CLU. This is what I do in my retirement.